Welcome back to the Dirt Journal. We are at the Major Family Farm. This is my sister's place, my parents' place, and my grandparents' place before them. But this is my sister's endeavor. And yeah, we grew our food out here as a family traditionally in a plot, but she has taken it to the actual farm level and does CSA boxes, honor stand, fruit stand for 5 years now, and is really over the top. We call her a little Martha Stewart, you know. So here's her little planning brains area. We grew up in a house trailer like right there, and have always worked on this land, so. But it's in different stages constantly. You see beans, where are these tall ones? Type of quinoa, the smaller, you know what I'm talking about. Everything you see is edible. This is lettuces and lettuce creatures, lettuce types. Let us be moving on. They do the plastic, you know, all organic soil and excuse me, I've been stuffing my face with plums. All organic soil and stuff. I think these are probably what, okra, maybe a different type of okra. She grows a lot of different varieties. Looks like bush beans, peppers. These might actually be peppers. Going into more and more peppers. So we've always grown, but not at this level. So she's been doing this for over half a decade now. Looks like tomatillos. You see the tomato patch. Try not to make you seasick here. Oh, but the plastic, you know, we do roll out drip systems, and the plastic just holds the moisture down. So it's like a top dressing. Buy the thick millimeter stuff and use it for a bunch of years in a row. Roll it back up. The lines all roll back up. It is permaculture, you know. When you embrace permanent things, it doesn't always mean organic and natural in the sense of, you know, organic materials. It can be, you know, man-made materials that do the same purposes as long as they last, as long as you can make them. So in this application, in this grid like this, it works really well. It's traditionally what's been done, and we have, you know, a lot of moisture loss without it, so it holds the water down well is one of the things it does. Seems counterintuitive, but it stays moist under there constantly. So, and things like tomato, they love hotbeds, so the actual temperature of the soil under them gets them through these cool valley nights, because we have the coastal fog that will actually come in. We're that close, so they keep the heat cooking in there. Underfoot is purslane, so it's almost 100%. And that's just through selective weeding. You know, they've gone through and pulled the non-desirable or bad weeds, and this is actually edible. For you in the British Isles and stuff, you know purslane. This is more of a European salad mix creature, but totally edible. And straw back here, pealand, more tomatoes. These will be different varieties each. There's just a bunch of different varieties. We have mulberry trees, pears, mulberries, cherries. Here's our brassica, probably broccolis, different things like that. Yeah, I can see broccoli popping out on them. And lovely vineyard in the back. That's not ours. This is our third. We actually have the 4th generation on this land, so we're like the last people on the entire road that have a gravel dirt driveway. The rest of them are all paved. We're the people with the chicken coop. But my sister's managed to fit in well. She's grown with the neighborhood and turned into the well-known little organic farmer, and you know, she's received well. Everybody was really friendly. So back here you see the zucchinis and stuff. These are the willows that I laid under when I was 16 reading Lord of the Rings. That's where I teleported from in the Middle Earth, was somewhere like right there. But yeah, my grandpa Bought this property when you still had to cross creeks, and it was just a little slot of farmland out here, so Napa wasn't growing grapes. There were walnuts and peaches at that time, and the times have changed. But just wanted to show you around. This is what they're doing. This is what it looks like. These are all in cages. That's how they stand up, so it's 4x4 like hog wire rolled in. That's just to keep them off the ground so you can get in between and pick easier. And then they're growing them on a trellis there, and that's a new one this year, doing a lean, seeing what works better, constantly experimenting. And then back to the front, so rows of peaches and stuff all down the borders on this property. I think there's over 200. Every tree that you see, you know, that's a cherry in front of it, apple, another cherry, plum in the background, scabiosa I brought here and threw out. This is the ditch, don't mind it, we're working on it, it's in repair. Mint and scabiosa just going crazy everywhere. This is recycled cement that we're using as retainment. We're actually going to reclaim this and use it as a ancient, like French drain style. The groundwater in Napa Valley has gone from dig a hole and it fills up a clay hole to where we're drilling 1,500 feet down and competing with people who can drill even bigger wells. So don't have to worry about the ditch anymore. So we're going to go ahead and reclaim that. And yeah, all the plums are just getting ripe, and man, I've eaten too many already, but oh, okay. We're gonna stay close to gas stations on the way out of here, you know what I mean? But full-time mom, 2 kids in school, and everything else that it takes to stay alive in this modern world. And this is what, look at this. It's insane, right? Those are hip high on me. This is just, wow. And these are all from seed. She doesn't buy these. This is a greenhouse with plastic on it all winter. And these are all her little babies. There's trays in there now of the next waves and the next waves, but this isn't a bunch of starts brought in here and stuck in at $3 a pop. These are her little seeds that she raises up from little sprouts carefully every day. And the ground totally filled and top dressed and then heaved into windrows and then plastic, and then the drip lines laid back out and the plants put in, all the preening and the harvesting and the upkeep and the keeping in the baskets. It doesn't look like much, but to walk down a row of tomatoes like that, for those of you who have done farming and stuff, to keep it like that, it's intensive, no matter how many systems you employ. So that's why things like the plastic, you know, to get a human being out here. This is one lady, my father, her husband, and the kids, you know. So, and my mom when she can be here, she's still plugging away, taking care of people. And oh, everything is something. This looks like it's going to be sunflowers and then probably potatoes, and we got more potatoes over here. This has traditionally been more of a root area. It's a little bit shadier. These are all apple trees that me and my dad and Shane rescued from jobs when I was an operator. My dad drove the dump truck, and we were putting in pools for like 5 years. So I was the guy on the tractor. That's when I say operator. So I dug the holes, and people would have us remove trees. So we gathered the fruit trees this big sometimes and brought them out here and stuck them in whole. This is also where I got to keep the tractor every night. So, but look at this. This is like a broccoli. Oh, kicking down the whole dang thing. Look at these. Okay, I'm gonna have to get this shot. Tell me that's not a huge broccoli plant. Look, it's as thick as my leg. No, my legs are thicker than that, I promise. Oh, pop into the basket. Darn it. So yeah, plastic off for summer, so it's more of a shade house. These are all peppers and stuff. going into the last bits of planting, so it's really open in here. Succulents. There's your husband's craft work showing out there. What are you? You look like some sort of sage gone crazy. Everything gets so big here. All the varieties that you would normally know. This is carrots and beets I can see in between here, and then rows of everything else. Melons, you can tell the melons. So this will be probably cantaloupe. Ooh, and there'll be everything. There'll be cucumber soon. Okay, good stuff. Oh, those are the tomatillos over here, some more. Yep, everything just mixed together in a good, happy way. Good job, sister. This is where we grew up. This is what we did. Town, no buses, no whatever, so we're only a couple miles out, but being broke kids, you know, we played with sticks in the dirt a lot. This is what it turns into. Don't be afraid to let them do that every once in a while, because dirt doesn't hurt. This is the Dirt Journal. We will see you next time. Thanks for coming along on this little trip through Emily Land. We'll come back when the mulberries are ripe. Oh yeah, it's a berry tree. See you next time.